Good evening, my name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is from Old Forester. This is their birthday bourbon 2022 release, coming in at a 48% ABV, 11-year age statement. So, I was fortunate enough here in 2023 to actually get this from the right to buy from Total Wine here in Indiana. And I didn't expect it. I picked out a whole list of different things, and I got picked for this one. I'm pretty happy. The crazy thing is, I've never had anything from Old Forester. The reason is because it's so relatively available, I don't think about it. It's always, I see it, and I'm like, I gotta pick those up at some point. And I just never gotten around to it. I got over 200 bottles right now. So for me, it's always like, I'll get that next time. I'll get it next time. And being that I now have this, I'm like, well, I should have gotten the rest of them to have some comparisons going on here. Because the unfortunate thing, it seems like there's nothing but going downhill from here after you have this, because this is a sought after bottle. So I wanted to share the uncorking with you here on the channel today. So let's just go ahead and get into things. And as always, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hang around for a bit. We don't get a lot of allocated bottles on here, but if I ever do, that's part of the whole idea, right? I mean, to talk about the spirit, to share it, to see if it's really worth the hunt. Because unfortunately, this bottle on the secondary pricing is just astronomical. I will give this bottle credit, because that is a gorgeous bottle. The 13th Colonies that I've recently started reviewing all have this bottle shape pretty close to it. I love it. Right. Now, these are, again, released every year, and they do vary in proofs and age statements. So I think 2023 was actually a little bit older, but different proofs. So each year it's kind of a little surprise. Beautiful dark color on that. Gorgeous. All right. Let's go for notes. That's very sweet. Almost, my brain wants to say tropical, but banana, pineapple? My brain wants to say that this is like rum cask finished. Like it's almost that kind of sweet. Like syrupy, sweet, like the mixed fruit that you get in the can, like the juice that's in there. Nice layer of spice going on too, cinnamon, a little bit of tea notes, but beautiful caramelization. The oak layers are very nice in here as well, but very fruity. Again, pineapple, maybe even some, maybe a little bit of coconut, things like that. That is not what I was expecting at all. There is a bit of ABV on the nose. It is kind of a warm, and it might just need to open up that kind of stuff. That's always a possibility. But it does come across a little bit, tad bit warm. Maybe a little bit of an herbalness going on too in here from that rye spice. Like that is, again, you could totally confuse me and say this is a rum barrel finished. Like it's that kind of sweet. I've had rum barrel finishes not come across this sweet and tropical, but that has a pretty nose. All right, let's go for a taste. Oh, that's just nice. Sweet. Beautiful grains going on here. The corn, the rye, pepperiness. The fruit notes are really showing up on the taste. That is an easy drinker. A little warmth. There's really not a lot of cling to the palate, which kind of surprised me. I expected there to be a little more cling to it. The oak is soft, gentle. The charriness really isn't showing up much on the palate. It is very much a laid back, easy rider whiskey. Definitely fruity characteristics going on here. Bit of orange and apple skins, but you're still getting a lot of the tropical notes, a little bit of banana, and for me, a little coconut, pineapple. It's like the juice going on still. It is sweet, but then it kind of subsides in the sweetness, bringing out the deeper oak layers, which are not like super dark oak, but they are showing up a little bit of tannins going on here. The spice layers from the oak are there. That is a gorgeous sip. That is a hard one to beat. Wow. I mean, as you keep going back, it just keeps going right through that profile. It's sweet. It's got this gorgeous oakiness to it. The rye spice in here is beautiful. The corn sweetness is there. Again, I'm going to call this the Easy Rider whiskey. Like, this is one you put your seat back on, you kind of just recline and relax, because it is just, it's not demanding attention, but it's bringing, you're wanting to give it attention because you're like, ooh, what's that note? What's that? You're just delving deeper into it. Each sip I go back to, I get a little deeper fruitiness, a little more rich oak going on. That is beautiful. One more. That is really good. I can't argue with that sip at all. All right. With that all the way, we're not doing the water on this one. I refuse to. If you've been around the channel, I usually do a section with water. We're not doing it on this one. All right. Let's talk about market price. Because we all know market price is market price, and it's always going to vary. I was fortunate enough to pay $150 for it. Anytime I get to a bottle that's well over $100, I always say it's always a hard one to recommend. Because money is money, and I respect that. The secondary market on this was like $1,500 plus. Don't ever pay that for a bottle. That's ridiculous. At $160 that I paid for it, would I pay $160 again for it? I think so. It's a really good sip. That is beautiful. It's complex, but it's an easy drinker. It's one that you could sit down with a buddy. You both have a pour and just talk about it, because it is definitely a bottle that you want to make memories with. It's gorgeously soft, yet complex, beautiful layers. So yeah, it's going to get a good thumbs up from me. I will say that if you see this on the shelf for $160, grab it and run, because it's really damn good. And I'd buy it again for that price point, just not the $1,500. No, I wouldn't do that any day of the week. So yeah, there you have it, folks. Old Forester Birthday Bourbon 2022 release. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirits I should go looking for, also let me know down below. I love doing these reviews and sharing with you the experience at home. And as always, your last drink of the night, be the best one.
You know, and I really like it might